really enjoy followers who can switch between close and open.
Oh, yeah, that's
right?
amazing.
If
like
you can do that seamlessly.
Like the sliding arm?
Yeah. They're able to slide. Because, like, you know, even if they have a really nice embrace, you know, and I don't want to leave it, but there are some followers that are really excellent at being able to give you that great feel and, like, thing that Robert was talking about in the beginning with the embrace, but also transitioning to open and then back to close and open. And then, you know, like being able to oscillate between the two. All right, we are back and we are going to talk about green flags for followers. Things that we appreciate with the partners that we dance with and what we look for and what we cherish. So we're really going to break down all of the things and really give praise to those people out there that really make tango for us really special. Yeah?
All right.
So green flags, what are some of your, when you dance with someone that's that magical feeling, you know, what do you look for in a partner when you're dancing with that really reigns true for you, Rob?
Straight off, I'm going to say the embrace. To me, the embrace is everything.
What about it?
It makes, it just makes me feel great. It makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel like I'm wanted and supported, you know? It's, leading is hard as it is, you know? And if a lady makes me feel like, I'm powerful, and then in addition to that, makes me feel like I'm like, not only am I powerful, but I'm also comfortable and I'm needed and she allows me to lead, and then in that embrace is just very soft and comfortable. There's something that I gotta say is that there's something about, it sounds weird because you know how everyone, like, there's a lot of ladies who really go for like the accents. It's like, oh, he's got a French accent, so sexy.
So dreamy.
Yeah, or like, those British accents, those guys are so proper, Yes. I'm gonna say, like, there's something about, everyone talks about the Argentine embrace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. It's magical, but I'm gonna sing praise for all the other embraces out there. The European embraces, the Italian embraces, the Russian embraces, the French embraces, they are amazing to me. Because they really get into it. Like, you really get to snuggle in. Like, it's almost like they're hugging all of you. Not just like you, but like down to the core.
I hear you. But it's not like, because I know some people are going to be listening to that and they're going to try to be like, oh, smash, crunch,
Yep.
But it's not exactly that, right?
It's like this soft envelopment. Like, I can move in. It's like I'm falling into a bed of pillows.
Okay.
It's just like, No, okay. It's a wonderful feeling, and somehow it makes me feel strong. Like, I can move, and like they're accommodating and they're very responsive.
Yeah.
And not just that, the Latin America, ladies in TJ, I love you. Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela. They've got something about their culture. I mean, America's not known for hugging, but all these hugging countries, they are amazing.
Do you think that's part of the culture? Because, the American handshake is so popular when you meet someone, oh, hey, how's it going,
Yeah.
So we're always at a very, like, distance, and people always want their space. Like, oh, you're too close, man, that's my bubble. Like, they have their, you think that plays a role?
Yeah, I do think it does play a role in it. And in addition to that, I think how bold they are with both sexuality and sensuality plays a role. Because over here, it's like, you hug, we hug, right?
Yeah.
And then yeah, we hug, right? No, not like that. Let's say we hug deep, right?
Yeah.
Like, even with good friends. And then what do we say afterwards? No homo, no homo.
They're afraid to.
No, it's true. It's like we can't just share a moment with guys, even between guys. And over there, it's like, it's okay, guys cry on each other, and it's okay. I mean, this is what I understand from my friends. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, but this is my understanding of how it's depicted to me.
Sure. Some people will feel like they're inadequate, like, oh, why isn't Derek doing all the flashy things? And he's just doing simple things because the embrace is probably really nice. And I don't want to leave that. When you do the flashy things, you have to leave the nice close embrace, right?
Yeah. It's also kind of funny too, because you know, you bring up that point, and what do I hear from ladies? It's like, oh, I just want a nice, simple walk. You know, just, you know, and in a sense, simple walk is really nice, and simple walk is really cozy. And if you love that nice, simple walk, we also love that nice, simple embrace.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. What other green flags? I think for me, I think this is pretty interesting because I have like quirks as a leader. There's just some things that people do that's just kind of like, we were talking about, remember the overhang?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes like a follower will know the great timing of like grabbing my neck in a very like passionate, sensual way. Like when you dance, like, cause they have the hand here and sometimes it like grabs like the back of my neck and I feel like this tingling like sensation. Yes. And so it just feels, yeah, that feels amazing.
You know, it's actually kind of funny because there's a lot of places that'll say that the neck is a no-go zone because the neck is kind of like reserved for like lovers and like significant others because I don't know if it's androgynous, I mean, not androgynous, but very sexual in nature or something. But I've heard that before, that the neck is a no-go zone, but you know, if it turns you on, it turns you on.
What else? What are green flags for you?
You know, green flags, there's a lot. You know what? I definitely, it's the way they present themselves.
Like fashion-wise?
You know, I definitely love fashion. You know, I mean, you know, there was a time I was really into sartorial suits and fashion and everything. So, I like
the three-piece suit and stuff.
Yeah. I like classical dresses. I really like the way things drape on people. But that's just me.
Like the flowiness?
I do like the flowiness, yeah. You know, sometimes it's one of those things where like, you know, some people say less is more, but I'm more of a more is more type of guy, you know. I like the mystery of that the fashion kind of reveals, you know. It's like, I don't know what, like, you know, I'm not too sure, but like if it drapes well, it moves well.
Another point for me is, I think there's a point in time in the music, if I'm really feeling it, where like I do like a slow weight change and I sync it with my breath, and then when I feel the follower also take a deep breath with me, it's so magical, like just to breathe together. I think that's just another one, just like huge green flag.
Of course, especially like right in the beginning, because you know, right in the beginning you get into that embrace.
Oh yeah, you know right away if it's gonna be a good time or not.
Because like they're breathing with you, like yeah. If you just take that time,
take your time, settle in.
Especially when you're taking the time, they're not like go. You know, it's just like,
you feel it sometimes.
Yeah, no,
they're like antsy. Some followers are antsy, but some people will actually relax and they enjoy. Like if you relax, they then relax down with you.
Yeah, no, I love it.
It's very nice.
Yeah, there's tons of green flags I could love. You know, I would say like scent. Scent is another thing for me because some people are like, scent is also a tricky thing because sometimes perfumes are very overpowering.
Yeah.
But just a nice simple scent is just amazing for me. You know, if it's just like a simple vanilla, simple strawberry, it doesn't have to be anything like exquisite. But if it's just one tone, not too much, just enough that it's like, oh, that's like nice and flowery. Where like it changes the atmosphere for me because sometimes, you know, especially in a dark, sweaty place, and you just go, oh, I smell flowers. This is nice. You know, no, it is something for me. It's like I love the scent of a woman.
I think I'm not a really big smell person. For me, I'm more of a like kinesthetic feeling person. I love when women wear the backless dress.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. Like we talked about it before when people wear the other things, the rhinestones.
The
sequins. So the opposite of that, which is the red flag, the opposite of that, the green flag is the backless, right? I just feel it's nice. Their skin is nice. It's smooth and just very, you know, feminine, and it's nice.
You know, the other thing is, for me, it's the display of attitude. Like sometimes there's many different displays of attitudes that I look for. Like sometimes there's a woman who knows she has it, like she's like got it, and she's like, this is my Tonda.
Like confidence, is there?
There is, yeah, but it's not just confidence, but it's a confidence in a way that it's alluring. Not like confidence where like I'm gonna take it from you, but more like a confidence where it's kind of like, you're coming to me. you know?
Oh,
You know,
okay.
where like she sits in the corner, she looks to your eye, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
and she knows you're coming her way, you know.
Okay,
That's
interesting. And you just feel that from like before you enter the dance,
sometimes I feel it, yeah, like it's
or is it during the dance?
both. Like actually even before like there's that cabeceo, like you know, there's people who cabeceo, like they catch your eye, right? And then sometimes there's that weird feeling, like you get that tingling in your neck, you have to look around, and then you see it, and it's like that lure that you just, you know, like the siren song, you just magically have to go that direction to your death, but whatever, you know.
Oh my god.
No, it's like some people just have that charm, you know. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's not like something I could just draw out and said, oh, she did this, she tilted her. You know, she like tilted her neck this way. I don't know what it is.
38 degrees.
Yeah, it's nothing technical I could say, but it's something. There's this alluring charm where like it's more of a lure. Like she lured me rather than she hunted me.
Right.
You know, that I really appreciate that because it makes me want to chase. You know, and here's a funny thing. You know, I think a lot of people. You know, especially now, especially in dating, people will just go, "Oh, I don't want to play any games. I don't want to play any games." You know, but in a sense,
the games make it fun. Is that what you're trying to go for?
Yeah, you know what? Like
everything is the chase. The chase is everything.
You know, I don't want to say the chase is everything, but there is that allure, where it's like there's something biological, there's something like primitive that's like it makes me want to chase, regardless of like I might just be like, "Oh, I'm too mature. I'm too old for this. Like I don't want to play any games." But you know what? The game sometimes catches me. And if a woman knows how to use the game well, that's very alluring. And like, I can't stop biology. You know, that's the total green flag for me.
I think along the lines of your confidence one is when she knows the music that she wants to dance with you. That is a very green flag for me. Not just like, oh, I'll just dance, you know, because there's people I enjoy dancing any kind of music with, but there are some tandas specifically that both of us know that we're both gonna love this particular tanda, and that to me is a big green flag.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. No, I totally get it. Oh man, especially when like
Troilo Marino comes on, you know exactly who to look for, and they're looking for you as well.
Yep. And it's like they know in the first 2 or 3 notes too. It's like, you know, it's like
you're like, oh man.
Yeah. No, it's I love that. You know, it's not really something that they do at the Milonga or something with their dances, but I really like good attitudes. And I don't think people appreciate that enough because people always talk about, oh, she a good dancer, she a bad dancer, whatever.
Right.
Even like if it's a good, young, beautiful dancer, if they have a sour attitude, I'll avoid that. But you know, there are plenty of older ladies who just, you know, they might be average.
But they exude this.
Like they're just so kind. They're just so nice. You know, they're open to just chatting.
Like a genuine niceness. Not a niceness with an agenda.
Yeah, it's just like they're just an all-around good person. I don't think that people give that enough credit. And for me, like I really look for generally kind people. You know, who, you know, they don't start off with a sales pitch. Like they just start off. It's like, hey, you know. I'm Michelle. How are you doing? How's your night going? You know?
Right.
And being an extrovert, I like small talk. So
I hate small talk.
I know you do, but
to be fair, when people do that, even though if they're not looking for the chattiseo, because I know that some people are thinking, well, isn't that chattiseo? There's a thing where we can tell if it's genuine, right? It's just it's an instinctual feeling. Like maybe you're just really good at it, right? Maybe you're really good at like faking this thing.
It has to do with the tone.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the tone's like, hey, you want to go? You want to go?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's stuff like people just really ask you, like, how are you doing? Like, someone just asked me recently, you know, and it wasn't that they were trying to ask me for a dance, but they're just like, oh, you look like you're lost there for a moment, or like you look like you're down. You're okay? You know, those are people I remember, and it's like, oh, everything's fine, but you know.
And then you ask them for dance.
Well, maybe down the line. Maybe, like,
sometimes I just feel good about it, and if it's you know, not too late or early in the tanda, I don't know, just go for it.
And people who are open to like having lunch, you know, like between like Milongas or whatever, or after, I think that's familiarity is a green flag for me. You know, it's really hard to build familiarity, especially at the Malanga. You know, because we're dancing, and I'm just dancing with other people, and like, I don't get to know anything about them.
Right.
But if there's a time, especially during marathons, especially during festivals, where there's that dead time between Malangas, between workshops or whatever, and I was like, hey, let's go have lunch. You know, great time to get to know people. You build that familiarity, and that's a green flag for me because that kind of validates them as a good person to me. Like I'll like through our conversation, I'll know more. What do we have in common? If we like the same style, or if there's just more of a genuine person. Like I definitely look for genuine people.
On that same lines, I like to look for people that seem to be community oriented. Like they're moving around, they're like moving from table to table, talking to people, instead of just like sitting in one spot far away and hopeful like waiting for.
Okay, so you like more extroverted people, or because
not necessarily extroverted, but at least they're making an
effort.
An effort, yes.
Well, is that community oriented, or is that just like they're going around and trying to just be more like friendly? I mean,
no, I feel like they're putting in like an equal effort, right? So that's not like. I think with the cabaseo thing, and I know we'll probably talk about this in a later video, but I think the people that are more active in the cabaseo, I feel like they are the ones that put in the scene, like they meet me halfway, right? A cabaseo should be met halfway. Yeah. It shouldn't be me like trying to hunt you down, and no, it should be like, oh, we're scanning the room, both of us scanning the room, our eyes lock, and oh, nice. Let's
the stars align, magic happens.
Exactly. Isn't that the power of the? At least that's what I was taught, how the cabaseo should be in its form.
Yeah, I think that's
not I'm gonna stand there and stare you down till you look at me, and then you wait like because of the pressure. Yes. No, it should be like we're scanning the room, and then our eyes lock.
Yeah. No, I mean I think that's the textbook ideal situation. Not all my cabaseos happen that way, but that is like what I strive for. So I agree with you there. Another thing I would say is that, and this goes into more of the esoteric stuff, and to dance with emotion. And I know that's a really weird thing to say.
Yes.
No, because it's like, it's something I'm really stuck on now because I'm
you're like hell-bent on this.
Yeah, no, because the thing is like, sometimes it's like, oh, I just feel the figure. It's like, okay, here's the figure, here's the movement. But it's like, if you take the time and care and like really be in it with me,
Right.
Like I'm giving you something, you give me something back. I'm giving you something, I'm feeling sad. I want you to feel sad too. I want us to be, I want us to commiserate together.
Yes, walk off that bridge with me.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, not like, well, kind of like Thelma and Louise, but but you know what I mean. It's like it doesn't matter if we do something right or wrong. It matters that we do it together, and I think allowing that emotional roller coaster to happen, because it's actually, I think it's really scary to let that emotional roller coaster happen, because you don't know where it's going, you don't know what it is, and you don't know what it's going to manifest afterwards. But it's part of that excitement, are we going from sad to happy? Are we going sad to miserable? Are we going from like happy to elated? Like, are we gonna are we gonna catch feelings for each other later? I don't know. But it's
all mysterious intrigue, and
it's that like, it's just that like that magic mystery box of possibilities.
Yes.
I love it when I get to play in that area, and there's someone to play with me in that area.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I guess another one would be, and this is kind of unfair, but even if you have like a significant other, if you're like just not hunkered down all the time with that person, and you're kind of like, you still like have your own independent self, that to me is a green flag. Okay. Right?
So here's a funny question, and it segues a little bit from green flags, but do you ask the boyfriend
Oh, we're going down the Cadigo road, the traditions road.
Well, yeah. Like, do you ask the boyfriend, like, hey, can I dance with your partner?
Yeah. Can I have her hand in marriage? So that guy...
No, because it's a serious thing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
for me, it's like one of those like read the room kind of a thing, you
Yeah.
know. But how do you feel about it?
I mean, I think that is respectable. I know that is the traditional, respectful manner that's, was taught, I think, as part of the Codigos.
Yeah, it is part of the
I
Codigos.
personally, gonna self-admit, I don't think I've ever done that.
I've done that once or twice.
I have never done that.
But I think it's like, but I also understand the other side where it's like, where's the woman's autonomy? Where's the woman saying this? It's like, is she the man's property? No, she's not. But I think it's one of those read the room kind of a thing,
Yeah.
Like, if I'm in San Francisco where they're very progressive, no, I'm not going to do that, right? If it's very obvious it's a new relationship, definitely going to ask the guy. Because like I'm not gonna like
I'm gonna take that back. I don't think I asked directly, but I said I think I might have said, "Do you mind?" or something like that.
Yeah,
in passing, as I'm inviting you, do you mind? Something like that. But I didn't go formally. May I like this?
No,
it's
no,
kind of
no.
like casually. Do you mind?
Yeah.
So I think I might have done that.
And you might have done like at the water cooler, and then 3 times later ask for a dance.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, that's fair.
But I don't, again, it's also like how well do you know? It's one of those read the room kind of a thing. And I know a lot of ladies don't like that because they're like, where's my autonomy? And I totally respect for that. But also it's like, I think that, at the same time, it's just respectful to the guy between men. And also, the last thing I want is to like cause a commotion and be like the reason for like a wrecked home. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Going with the whole like lure versus hunter kind of thing.
Yeah.
I really like it where like it's almost, I mean, and going back to playing the game, I don't want to say I like dainty ladies, but I do like the idea where like the lady creates the opening. The whole idea of back in like the olden days, in the 1920s, where the lady would drop the handkerchief, and it's like,
here you go, madam.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's something about it where, like, I mean, we all know what's being done, right? But at the same time, it's just to play along with the fantasy, and it's not like I go around and I'm a dog of a man and be like, oh yeah, I'm going home with a whole bunch of ladies tonight,
Yeah.
But it's the idea of,
the possibility.
Yeah, it's the fantasy of having an option. And
that's true.
Granted, it's like, I don't think a lot of guys want to admit that because they're like, oh yeah, I'm a outstanding citizen, I'm a good guy, But deep down, I think that regardless if I take the option or not,
right.
I like the idea.
That maybe.
Yeah, no, but it's like I get to play out the fantasy that the option is a possibility, And I don't think a lot of guys want to admit to that, but I think many men like that idea, even if they're not going to jump on it. Like maybe that's why like guys like dancing with all these like inexperienced followers who are like really new, because like it's like this idea. It's like, oh, you're so amazing, and then like you just have this you're not going to take it, but it's like the idea. It's like, oh, someone looks up to me and you know what? If I just pushed it a little more,
maybe.
It's just a fantasy. Like I like to live in fantasy land, and that's Tango to me is, it's an illusion. Like it's a dance of illusions. Like it's illusions of possibility, and it's illusions of freedom. It's an illusion of it's how we deal with the realities of the world. It's my drug of my escape, and
that's true. Yeah, we have to self-admit that that plays a part of it.
Yeah,
that plays a part of it. Moving out of Fantasyland, and I actually have something more technical. I actually really enjoy followers who can switch between close and open.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
If like you can do that seamlessly.
Like the sliding arm?
Yeah. They're able to slide. Because, like, even if they have a really nice embrace, and I don't want to leave it, but there are some followers that are really excellent at being able to give you that great feel and, like, thing that Robert was talking about in the beginning with the embrace, but also transitioning to open and then back to close and open. And then, like, being able to oscillate between the two.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
It's definitely an amazing feeling, and I think that comes with time and experience too, because it's like, it's hard to find someone who can do that right off the bat, because either they're all close or they're all open. And especially if they're all close, it's almost like, you want to go open, it's like, and then it's like, it feels like a jam. You know, it's like I missed the clutch. Like, oh no, we're stuck in first gear. Okay, you know, hey, you know, that's sorry, but you know, sometimes I want to go open, and then it's like.
But they're willing to go to any style with you.
Yeah.
You know, they're willing to do the cheat show thing with you. They're willing to do like whatever, right? So they're willing to go there, and it goes back to that whole thing again, like driving off the the bridge together.
Come on, Louise.
Yes.
You know what? Okay, this is what you know what I also love, and it's not technical. I love a lady who actually compliments me.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not talking about like, oh, Robbie, you're such a great dancer.
You're such an amazing dancer.
Oh, don't get me like, hey, compliment me, because I don't get enough of it. Like, you know, blow up my ego. But I mean,
I've never felt anyone dance like
you
before.
Oh, geez, butter me up, right? No, but what I mean is this, like, you know, if I'm walking by and a lady goes, oh man, those are really cool shoes. You know what? I might go around because or like, hey, you're looking good tonight. I'm like, why, thank you. You know, hey, you know what? I don't get compliments, right? I don't hear it enough.
That's fair. Most guys don't get a lot of compliments.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know what? Yeah, if you want a guy to dance with you, I mean, I'm not saying butter him up, but I am saying butter him up. You know, because like that's the thing. It's like
I wish more people were like you.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't want to. It doesn't necessarily have to be about.
We're gonna do a whole top 5.
Oh,
video.
gee.
Top 5.
How to butter up your man. Lay it on thick. No, but like, here's the thing though. It's like, you know, as a guy, you know, we go and slog away. We're like.
What are you, man in the railroads and the coal mines or what?
No, I'm just saying hard at work, hard to play, I'm doing a lot of hard work. Okay. I'm trying to get better, but I rarely hear. You know what I hear a lot? I hear, oh, you know what? It's always the leader's fault, or you know, take responsibility, man up, all this stuff.
Be better.
Yeah, you know
Why
what?
can't you guys all be better?
Yeah, but you know what? I rarely hear anything. Like I rarely hear something positive. I hear something positive, maybe like 1 out of 10 things, you know? Okay. I hear 9 complaints and 1 positive thing. And you know, if I just get another extra positive thing, I might just go, wow, this person really appreciates me. And who knows? I might just go, well, if the person really appreciates me, I think I'd appreciate her dance. So that's a green flag for me.
I mean, fair enough. Maybe I need to build up my self-esteem because it's hard for me to take compliments.
You know, and that's a very Asian thing too.
No,
it's a very Asian thing.
I don't like to. Whatever. You know.
No, it's a very Asian thing because you know what, like.
Oh my God, Derek, you did this. You won this. Like, yeah, it was a long time ago. Well, you know.
Yeah, but that's that's a very Asian thing because like you know what, like for example, you go to Japan, right? Yeah. You give someone a compliment and you say, oh, thank you, or like you know, thank you for the compliment. They'll think, who's this guy, right? Like, who do you think you are, right? Over there, it's very common in most Asian countries, like you get a compliment and you're like, oh no, I'm not that good yet, you know, or oh, I'm still learning,
right?
Or you know, oh, you know, like it's all thanks to my teacher. You hear that a lot in Asia, right? But you do that here, like you compliment me and I'm like, oh no, I'm not that good yet, and they're like, who are you, you know? But
followers that practice, major green flag. Followers that actually practice, that actually want to get better, that actually work to get better, that actually watch videos, that actually have ideas, that actually have certain things that they're working on. Major green flag.
Oh, of course. So that means people I meet at practicas who practice and don't just go up to me and say, oh, I'm working on everything. You know, if a woman comes up to me and says, oh, you know, I'm working on my fundamentals, or I'm working on my ochos, and I'm trying to make sure I don't over-rotate.
Yeah.
Or, you know, and if
I'm
I hear
working on my
those,
groundedness, I'm working on this style of embrace, where to hold here.
Yeah. Or can you do this figure, because I'm trying to, like, you know, be more responsive. You know, like, if a woman has a plan, and she has a plan at the practica, I'm going to look for her at the Malanga. Because, like, one of the things I really hate, and it's not a red flag, but it's just one of those things where it's almost like indecisiveness, you know, where you go like, oh, hey, do you want to practice? She's like, sure. What are you working on? oh, everything.
To be fair, I've said that many times myself.
Yeah,
Because I literally am working on multiple things.
Yeah, but what I mean is that like, but I'm more likely to tune in on someone saying, oh, every once in a while, can you throw this in? Because I'm working on I'm working on boleos, or I'm working on how to embellish within your lead, or I'm something that's more specific. Because then it's like, oh, she's taking it very seriously,
right?
Rather than I'm working on everything, or oh, I'm just working on my embrace. Like I think just working on your embrace. I mean, it might be true, but sometimes it's so played out that it's hard for me to believe it. But yeah, if it's something more technical that I hear in the practicas, I think that's something I'm gonna go for. It's definitely a green flag.
Followers that also like the same tango superstars as me, or pros.
But how would they know? But like, okay, but you meet a random person, how would you know that?
That's true.
Yeah, so that goes back down to like you have to start having lunch together. You might have to like swap Instagrams and start chatting.
Okay.
That's
fair.
I mean, and those people are already your friends.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
So yeah, like make like people who are your friends are your green flags, right?
That's fair.
But I'm talking about like randos. Yeah, how would you know?
That's true.
And so that's like I'm looking for these things,
A nice smile. How about that?
Nice smile, definitely.
Someone with a nice smile, friendly face, and I know
do you really want to say that?
The opposite of that.
No. Do you really want to say that?
What?
Because like how many? Because like you
Are
always.
we supposed to smile?
No, because you always hear like in the news where it's like, well, it'd be nice to just smile more. I was like, oh, like I mean, I get that's a pain point for a lot of ladies.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
why can't I appreciate a nice smile?
No, you can, but
I'm not saying you have to smile all the time or like on cue smile. I'm just saying I appreciate a nice, genuine smile.
Well, I appreciate genuine.
Or someone who's playful, someone who doesn't take themselves that seriously. How about that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of one of those things where like, maybe really, But here's the funny thing, the line between serious and not so serious. Because someone can take themselves not so seriously, but then it's like they don't take anything seriously.
Yeah, everything's a joke.
So where's the tricky balance? Like
that's tough.
Like
that's like a whole other video.
Because the thing is, like, I have this issue, and I have this issue with the word hobbyist. Yeah. Because I consider myself a hobbyist. I'm not going to be a Mundial winner. I'm past my prime. I'm not gonna be.
I wouldn't say you're a hobbyist. I'd say you're an enthusiast.
Okay, an enthusiast, right?
That's a little more than just a hobbyist.
Okay. But what I'm getting at is, like, people have this idea that they're living up to this title, like Tangera. It's like, I'm a Tangero. I've been dancing for 20 years, but it's like, yeah, you only take like one class a month. Yeah. It's like, are you really a Tangero?
That's another one. That's a good one. The green flag is people that know that they still need to get better and don't throw the years in your face.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Definitely. And I think that's like, it's just one of those things where like they're striving for something. They're always striving for something.
I've never met a really good dancer that threw it in my face. I've been dancing 25 years, right?
Yeah.
I really haven't.
Yeah, no, I haven't either. Well, I don't think that.
I think that to them is not that important.
Yeah. No, definitely. And if I hear about people who take privates, like if they come up to me, especially during a practica, and said, "Oh, I just took a private with so and so, and I learned these things, and I kind of practice that with you." That to me is a green flag, because it's like, okay, they're taking this seriously. They're going the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And especially if it's someone if it's a teacher that I respect. Okay. Like if someone took a class, if someone took a class from like, let's say a style that I'm not like too keen on, right. And I'm just like, whatever, one whatever, or like, some random person. I'm like, okay, sure. But if it's someone I really like I really appreciate, Leandro Caprielli, Okay. It's like, oh yeah, I just took a class with Leandro and Jeanette. I'm like, ooh, I want to feel that. Yeah, that's definitely, So maybe that's the thing. How you're saying, I appreciate the same performers and teachers. Yeah. Yeah. If I hear like in a practica.
Common teachers that you've taken or you respect.
Yeah. If I heard that in practica, that's definitely a green flag.
Okay. Well, We just want to say we appreciate all the ladies out there, and all the followers in general, whether you're a man, woman. We appreciate what you do, and we wanted to share some of the things that work well for us and the green flags that work well in our experience. Let us know if you have any thoughts or comments on some of our green flags, or maybe we missed out on some green flags that we didn't cover. Let us know in the comment section. We'd be glad to hear it. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Left Foot, Right Foot. If you can, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can keep up to date with us on our newest content.
It really goes a long way with helping us create more interesting and exciting content for all of you, and we appreciate all of your support. Thank you all so much.